Hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to read our first poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore in 1900 in the Bengali language, but later on it was translated in English. It is one of the vastly read and discussed poem of Rabindranath Tagore, and the title of this poem was Pratharna, means prayer. So through this poem, Rabindranath Tagore tried to show his conception regarding the true freedom of his country, as the poem is written during the time when India was under the British rule and people were eagerly waiting to get their freedom from the British rule. And through this poem, Tagore revealed his own concept of freedom. So let's begin the poem and read what the poet has tried to say. So first four lines I'm going to read in front of you, and then later on we will discuss these lines. The first line is, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into the fragments by narrow domestic walls. In the first line, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, the poet is starting to imagine what he would like his countrymen to be like. And he says that no countryman of his country should live with fear in his mind all the time. So he wants his countrymen to have the self-dignity and they should fearlessly spend their life. Means they should be free from all kind of oppression and forced compulsion. And he wishes that everyone in his country should have his held high in dignity, and they should hold their heads up fearlessly and have confidence in themselves. And he wants his country is a free country in which every person should be fearless and should have the sense of self dignity. The next line is, where knowledge is free. Where knowledge is free, the poet here does not mean the knowledge should be free for all, but he believes that there should be open-mindedness in the mind and thought of the people, and he is desiring for a place where the education is available for all the citizens. Means the knowledge should not be divided according to the in respect of caste, color, creed. He said the knowledge should be available to all the citizens. Means the educational institute should not deny any student on the basis of their caste and class, color, races, etc. And next line, knowledge is free, and for this Tagore also means that the children should also get the free education. Free education for children. He believes that there should be no compulsion for the children to memorize the things, but they should motivate to learn freely. Means freely means from the nature and from their surrounding. So this was the two conception of Tagore regarding the free education. The first one means the educational institution should be open for all, and for children he want the education that should be acquired by themselves through nature and in the surroundings. The third line is, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Through these lines, the poet wants to state that the country should not be divided into the classes as it was at that time period. So he wishes the country where there is no division on the basis of races and classes, on the basis of religions, and where the people do not try to show the supremacy of their religion and fight amongst themselves. He wants that these baseless superstitions should be abolished. And he said these baseless superstitious And superstitions and prejudices should not divide the people into groups and break their unity, but the people should come together and they should together fight the against their common enemy, and it was Britishers at that time. So he wishes his countrymen to stay together to fight against their enemy and to achieve the true freedom. So now we're going to read the next line of the poem, where the mind is without fear, lines 5th to 8th. Where the words come out from the depth of truth, where the tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. So in the very first line, Tagore says that in the India of his dream, everyone should speak the truth. The poet wants the people of his country should be truthful. They should not be superficial, means they should not lie for their own selfish interest, for their selfish advantage. In the next line, where the tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection. In this line, Tagore wants every man of his country should make an effort to improve himself, and he should continue with his effort until he reaches at the stage of self-perfection. Means poet want कि everyone of his country should work hard to reach their goal, and in the long run they will certainly reach to the perfection. He thinks that the people of his country should not be tired, and they should not be lazy, and they should not ignore their work. And the next line, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. In these lines, the poet compares the reason means the logical thinking, he compares it to a clear stream, and in the next line he compared dead habits, means superstitions, to the dreary desert. So he wants a stream of reason means logical thinking, so he wants there should be clear logical thinking, and it should not lose its way into the desert of prejudices or superstitions, means in short the people's thoughts should be monitored by rational thinking, means they should think logically, and logic should rule over old baseless belief, and only the logic should be there instead of the superstitions. But for the poet, the stream of reason seems to him lost in the sands of habit. It means people of his country still believe in their superstitions. This means that he is saying that the people of his country blindly believe in superstitions at present, and he would like them to question these beliefs through the application of logic. So this was the thinking of poet regarding his nation. So here are the last line of the poem, where the mind is without fear, lines 9 to 11. Where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thoughts and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So in the first line, thee means you. Thee refers as you. So in these lines, the poet is directly speaking to God, and he is praying to God that he is praying to God that his countrymen should be led by him. Him here means the God, so that they broaden the horizon of both their mind and their action. So the poet wants his countrymen to be progressive and broad-minded. He wants that their minds are led with the clear thinking, means they should be open-minded and do something unusual that lead them towards the progress, and they should do something extraordinary, by overcoming the narrowness of their minds. So this is the prayer of poet to God. And in next line he said, into that heaven of freedom, my God, my Father, let my country awake. And in the final line, the poet says that if the people of his country would be able to do so, then India would be transformed into heaven, a heaven where all its citizens would be truly free. So here the poet make his final prayer, that he addresses the God. In this line he addresses the God as his father, and he asks him to awaken his country into such a heaven of freedom where all the above conditions meet. And to make it clear, the poet also prays to the Almighty to raise or lift his country. Lift means to awake his country to such heights where the freedom would be realized at its best. Means everybody will feel that they are free. The freedom would be realized at its best. And there will be a heaven of freedom. In turn, he is actually praying that God awaken his countrymen so that they come out from the darkness of ignorance, prejudices, disunity, and all other evils. So this was the conception of Rabindranath Tagore, which he put in front of us. So with this message, the poem is finished. Thank you.